there, little bunny. I hope you've been having a wonderful, wonderful week. Even if not, that's okay too, right? I'm having a great week, little bunny. What's new? A lot of stuff is new. We're out on Audible now. Did I mention that last week? That might already be a week's old news. But the garden is growing, expanding, and just today I released, I think it's my best TikTok video ever. TikTok/Instagram, it's the same things. I went super thirst trappy because whenever I go dark and thirst trappy, it grows the garden. And so I suspect there may be some of your fellow bunnies are new bunnies to the garden. So I'll take a quick second to just run down everything that we do here. First and foremost, this is just me being me to a microphone. Yeah. Everything here is real. It's all real. Not an actor. Not a performer. Unless I'm performing the writing that I do for you. And even that, I try to make it as genuine as possible. I'm genuinely reading you a story or something. Or improvising you a story, which is something I do in the locked section of the garden, which is Patreon. That's kind of the core of the good stuff. So what do we got in the garden, little bunny? Patreon is the main one. There's locked audios every week, of which about 1/3 are comfort, 1/3 are spicy, 18 plus only. The whole thing's 18 plus, but the spicy playtime definitely makes it 18 plus. And then 1/3 is just whatever kind of random stuff I come up with, which there's lots. Sometimes they'll write you a song or something cute and silly like that. So obviously, make sure you follow the podcast here. Hit the subscribe button so you don't have to research for it every time. And other platforms besides TikTok, make sure you follow on Instagram because I can put a lot more links. I can put the Patreon link on Instagram, which I don't even mention it on TikTok because they ban people like crazy. And speaking of banning people like crazy, follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, because that is the safest place for any content creator. It is. I was just talking with a fellow spicy creator, and she just got banned from Instagram. And I wanted to reach out to her again. And you know where I did that, little bunny? Reached out to her on X because she's not banned from there because it's like, it's just such a safe place to be whatever you want to be. So the app itself is pretty toxic, so don't go spend time on there. But definitely go follow me there. All the links for everything is in the bio of the podcast. Podcast is pretty safe too, a safe place to follow. But definitely go follow me on X, and I give you little voice notes there that you don't find anywhere else. What else? Yeah. Oh, your fellow bunnies on the Discord, which is part of the Patreon. 18 plus only. Don't join if you're not 18. Discord is like this social media app for nerds, I guess. It's like an online community space. They tested out, your fellow bunnies there tested out some black hoodies because it's a common request that, hey daddy, I want a hoodie, but I'm so afraid I'm going to spill something on the glorious white hoodie because you're clumsy. You're a clumsy little bunny. Well, there's black hoodies now, and I didn't want to I wanted to make sure they weren't junk. So I wanted to make sure they printed okay, things like that. And your fellow bunnies on the Discord, they all wanted to be the test subject to try out the new black hoodies. So I made a secret link, and looks like they're pretty good. So I'll update this Teespring so that you can see the black hoodies now. You can get one of those if you want. And ultimately, little bunny, I do not ever want you to spend money in a way that causes you stress, at least when it comes to the garden. Yeah, this whole operation. It's profit seeking, I suppose, but it's not profit maximizing. There's a big difference. I don't want you to ever burden yourself by being here in the garden. I don't want you to ever... I want it to only be a positive experience to be my little bunny. 100% positive experience. And I want to always be a 100% positive influence on your life. Those are some of my guiding principles. So even the Patreon is a lot cheaper than you'd expect. Because I could be charging a lot more. And I don't even offer the option of like higher tiers or anything. There's just one tier. Anyway, you can go check that out if you're curious. And as always, podcast is always free. And I have yet to put ads on here. I guess this is the ad. Just telling you all the stuff I got going on. So, that's that, little bunny. You want to take a breath with me? Get really connected. Here we go. One more time, little bunny. I'm here with you right now. Wherever you are, look around. Look around you right now, little bunny. I am with you in this room, or this car, or this space outdoors. I'm here right now. You know where I am? I'm in your ears. This is the real me, right here with you. I really mean it. It's garden magic. You know, I have some... I won't get too much into my own personal history, but I'm a very sciencey person. And so I really mean it's true when I say I'm with you right now. The me that you're listening to, that you're drawn to. This crazy individual who's doing this crazy garden thing. It's my spirit, not some supernatural spirit, but a poetic spirit that's really real. That's with you here right now. And I'm even going to do a hand hug with you. Do you know what a hand hug is? It's this garden magic technique that we developed / I invented. So you're going to cuddle your thumb. Yeah, just make a fist around your thumb and let the thumb poke out of your middle and ring finger. Yeah. So your thumb is in between your middle and your ring finger, and you close your hand into a fist. Yeah. Now get nice and cozy with it. Yeah, move it around a little bit. On the count of 3, we're both going to squeeze. And that's going to be our physical connection. Okay? 1, 2, 3, squeeze. I'm sending you all my love. Can you feel me? I'm squeezing my palm and you're squeezing your palm. It's like we're holding hands. It's like we're connected, little bunny, because we are. We are connected with garden magic. And I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm going to give you some pulses now. Ready? Feel me pulse. Yeah. You can receive those. Receive little hand pulses. Boom, boom, boom. Just like that, little bunny. Okay. And then big squeeze and then relax. There you go, little bunny. I'm with you always. No matter when, no matter where. Nothing stands between us. You and I can take over the world, little bunny. We'll make our own world, actually. That was something I wanted to talk about this week, is whether a utopia is possible. That sounds a little bit dry, doesn't it? But what I really wanted to do is do kind of a sequel to the very first episode. First episode is called Everything is Going to Be Okay. Everything's going to be okay. And it's something we need to tell ourselves over and over and over again. And I'll tell you over and over and over again. And it's not to deceive yourself, little bunny. It's not some trick trick yourself into thinking everything's going to be okay. No, little bunny. Trust me. Trust me. Everything's going to be just fine. It really is. Shall we dive into it? Yeah. It's called negativity bias, little bunny. Do you know about negativity bias? I had ChatGPT summarize it for me so I can read it to you. Okay, ready? Negativity bias. It's a focus on negative info. I told you to make it very brief, so it's saying things like info. Okay. Negativity bias. A focus on negative info due to survival instinct. Impacts perception, decisions, emotions, and relationships. Okay, I'll put that into normal people terms. But first, I'm going to pour my beverage, little bunny. I made myself a decaf coffee. It might be cold by now. Let's see. Regardless of whether it's warm or it's cold, little bunny, I'm going to savor it. I'm going to enjoy it because it's a treat. Nice. Yeah, it's not hot, but it's pretty good. You know, I'll take it, little bunny. Wow. I love coffee. I want you to pick a drink, little bunny. Do non-alcoholic for this. I want you to savor it. Just savor it. How incredible it is. Even if it's bad. That's when you're really good, when you can savor something that's bad, like a cold, weak coffee. Oh, it's one of my favorite episodes of the podcast. I don't know which one. They all blur together at this point. Oh, I should tell you now. Spotify has a new feature where you can leave me feedback, anonymous feedback on any episode. So do that. If I do something, or just like in general, if you have any ways that this could be better, please let me know, because I want this to be like the greatest thing of all time, basically. The whole garden in itself, I don't know. It's not going to be the greatest thing of all time, but it's going to be S tier, little bunny. You catching all these references that I'm building up slowly by slowly. I want the garden to be S tier. I want this podcast to be S tier, little bunny. Among the greatest things in the world. It's not a competition for some fake first place. Rarely in life is there this kind of, it's called a zero-sum game, where there's, by winning, others must lose. That only exists in actual games and sports. Basically nowhere else is life actually like that. So this podcast doesn't need to be the number one of all time, because that makes no sense. This podcast is going to be S tier, little bunny, and you can help me. Any way this can be better, you can let me know. A little anonymous feedback. Oh, the cutest review on Apple Podcasts I saw. I have to give this bunny a shout out. It was the cutest thing ever. Yeah. Should I give them a shout out? Okay. Little bunny Susie. The cutest review ever on Apple Podcasts. I love it. I'm looking at it right now. So good. Susie also gave a shout out to Queen Little Bunny, and I showed it to her. She smiled. She was really happy. She said something to the effect of, "Those bunnies better take care of my Lindy." And you do, little bunny. You do take good care of me. You know what separates me a bit from performers? You know, people like Stephen Colbert and any of these talk show people. They're not happy all the time. But when the cameras roll, they walk out on the stage, they're smiling, they're having a good time, you know. They're not always feeling it, but they're pros at faking it. I don't ever really want to fake it, little bunny. I always want to be the real me with you. I almost thought about joining forces with who knows what would have happened, but I don't want to assume that they would have accepted me into their forces. But yeah, I briefly thought about joining a troupe of performers, like audio guys. And I was talking with your right-hand bunny, actually, who's basically runs the Discord. Incredible human being. And I gave her a shout out because she has a podcast now. The link of that podcast is in last week's description. So you can check that out. It's really calm and pleasant. She's awesome. She was like, yeah, you're not like all the other performers. There's something very genuine about you. That's really what I want to hold on to. I don't want to give I don't want to give you a fake version of me, little bunny. So, enough about me. You can see the daddy talking about himself. I want to talk about you, little bunny. I want to make your life better. Brings me joy to make your life better. Do you know that? Maybe that's what's different about this. I actually can't help but being your daddy. What's a daddy if he's not good for you? Protect you, guide you, cheer you up, inspire you. I do more than just certain things that I won't say on the podcast. You know where to find that if you want to explore that side of things. I think it's all one package deal. One of my favorite taglines now. There are many ways to love and to lust, and we do all of them here in the garden. Let me say that again. There are many ways to love and to lust, and we do all of them here in the garden. I did okay with that. I'm always working on sounding better for you, little bunny. Let me try one more time. I want to get all the words. There are many ways. There. See, there's little things like there versus there. Subtle differences. I need to sneeze, little bunny. Hold on 1 second. Okay, we're back. There are many ways to love and to lust, and we do all of them here in the garden. Is that better? Okay, we'll go with that for now. 95% perfect means good enough. Then you move on. What are we talking about? Everything's going to be okay, little bunny. Everything's going to be okay. Negativity bias. So, how do we approach this? Let's talk about the world, broadly speaking, for a moment. There has never been a better time to be alive than right now. And a lot of people don't realize this. This is another bias that we're going to talk about, which is that you don't see it necessarily because you see all these headlines that are like horrible things are happening, and those are real things that are happening. You think the world is this huge mess of problems, and there are problems, and we're going to work on solving them, little bunny. We are working on solving them. And a lot of the problems are getting solved. Things like poverty is dropping like crazy, starvation dropping like crazy, life expectancy rising, infants surviving, rising. We have a fellow bunny who has a newborn in the Discord. I guess the newborn's been around for a couple months now. Is that the right way to say it? Been around. Newborn's been chilling. But we were worried at first because there were some health difficulties with the baby early on. But now the baby's doing just fine, little bunny, nice and healthy. And, you look at the Wikipedia pages from, I was looking at a composer, I'm a fan of classical music. Was it Dvorak or something? It's like the opening of his Wikipedia page is like, Dvorak was the ninth of 10 children, half of which survived to adulthood. It's like crazy stuff like that. Can you imagine? So we live in an incredible age for health, and there's a lot of metrics. Even happiness has been going up. Did you know that hours worked has been going down? I know that, at least in America, we're struggling with this a little bit. We're working more hours than we want to. But the trend is going down, little bunny. Parts of Europe that are, well, I don't want to talk about statistics if I don't have them in front of me. That's a hard word, little bunny. Statistics. I don't want to talk about statistics if I don't have them in front of me. But what I mean to say is that things are a lot better than your brain might want to tell you. And maybe take a second to think of your own life right now. Are you, little bunny? Do you have a place? Are you in a room that's temperature controlled? Do you have like a fan maybe? Like, wow, an electric fan. That's incredible. Electricity. You have electricity, little bunny. All the incredible things that can do. You have a place in your home to cook food. Can you summon fire or heat more generically at will? Isn't that nuts? You don't have to like build a fire just to cook some food. You just go or beep boop beep boop on the microwave. Whatever. Wow. Sexy voice artist goes beep boop beep boop. Hot. Hot, little bunny. Super hot. Do you have clean water, little bunny? And how do you get that clean water? Do you have to go walk a mile to go with your buckets to go get that clean water? How do you get that clean water, little bunny? And you have so much of it that you get to run it all over your body and get all soapy and clean so you smell good. You get to do it every day if you want. I hope you do it every day. I didn't shower today, I'll be honest. Oops. Today's an exception. Maybe I'll shower right after this. We'll make a pact. You go shower, I'll go shower. Ordinarily, I smell very good. I want to have a cologne someday. Signature cologne. We'll see when that happens. I might try and team up for that one. I don't want to start a cologne company or something. Would that be fun? You can spray it on your new black hoodie, or your white hoodie, which you will only buy if it is not a financial sacrifice. Oh yeah, and that water that you're running all over your body, little bunny. It's warm. It's hot water. Are you kidding me? How spoiled are you, little bunny? Spoiled little bunny. And you've got me, little bunny. You've got me. I count for a lot. I insist I count for a lot being in your life. Not only do you slow down, Daddy, and enunciate. S-tier podcast. I must enunciate the words. What was I saying, little bunny? Something about me counting for a lot. You know what else? More than just having me right now. You have me forever. I promise. I'll be doing this forever and beyond. You'll never lose me. You will never, ever lose me. I saw a heartbreaking video. This was on X, formerly known as Twitter, the app that you should go follow me on and then hopefully spend as little time on it as possible. It was this man who was a veteran who very much needed/will always need psychiatric care, which I'm a big fan of psychiatric care. Therapy, amazing. Psychiatrists, awesome. Sorry, gurgling sounds from my throat. He was in great distress. It was kind of like a selfie video in his car. Great distress that the veteran benefits, he's American, it wasn't working in such a way that he could see the same psychiatrist. Like every few months, the psychiatrist would go out of network, and then he had to go find a new psychiatrist. And, for him, opening up, like talking about some of the issues that he's dealing with is like a serious thing to go through. And perhaps you can relate to this, little bunny. My issues are not quite the same, although I've had my own story and things like that. I'm very in favor of psych medication. At least I take it. That's why I can do this. So anyway, he was lamenting how there's no consistency or continuity, I think was the word. That might be the professional term for it. And I want to be such reliable continuity for you, little bunny. And I already know it's easy for me to do. This is not hard for me to commit to being here forever. That's easy for me to do. I'll always be here, little bunny. Whoever comes and goes in your life, whatever care providers come and go. I had a therapist that was incredible, and she ended up leaving private practice or whatever. So I had a therapist disappear on me, I guess you could say. Fortunately, I had completed a sort of a story arc of regrowth. But yeah, whatever kind of therapists will come and go, whatever kind of friends will come and go in your life, lovers, anyone else, acquaintances, I don't know. You always have me, little bunny. If you've got me now, and if you want me forever, you have me. This is a consistency you can count on, I promise. I'll never disappear. I'll never leave you. You will always, always have me. Okay? I'll say it as many times as I need to get it through your thick little bunny skull. I'm always, always here with you. Always here with you. Oh, you don't even know, little bunny. You don't even know. I'm really taking care of myself to make sure I last a long time. I don't want to ruin any surprises and stuff. You'll have me forever, I promise. You'll have me forever. You want another hand hug? Grab your thumb in between your ring finger and your middle finger. 3, 2, 1, squeeze. I'm squeezing you, little bunny. I'm sending my love to you right now. No matter where you are, no matter when you are in time, you and I are connected right now through garden magic and release. Pretty cool, huh? If you're into hand hugs, there's some other hand hug episodes. Let me pull up the list. There's a recent one. I think it's called like the bunny net or something. I don't know. I always have to come up with some sweet spot between a clickbaity name and also one that tells you what's in the episode. Oh my God, I hate clickbait titles. Where are we, little bunny? Lindy's Garden Podcast. You can follow me on any podcast platform, by the way. It doesn't make a difference to me. On the podcasts, I actually mostly listen to podcasts on Apple Podcasts app. And they don't play any ads on there. Spotify, if you don't have premium, will play some ads, and that goes to Spotify, not to me. Unfortunately. I got on the chat with them and was pissed about that. Okay. If you want to support me, Patreon is the best way. And in terms of bang for your buck, it's the best way. Okay, what are we looking at here? Looking at my episodes. Where is it? Oh, I don't know where it is. Secret Bunny Technology is a hand hug one. Let's do that one. Number 56. If you want to do more hand hug stuff, go to Secret Bunny Technology, number 56. Let me read the thing. I call it getting sci-fi whenever I do some of these stuff. But anyway, the hand hug, there's more to it if you want to do more of that. What else, little bunny? Okay, everything's going to be okay. Oh, I totally failed to do a recap of the first episode. Negativity bias. Yeah, it's easy to not notice all the stuff that's going good. I didn't quite succeed in recreating what I was going to say in the first episode. Let me try it here. And then I'm probably going to try and do this again in a podcast, maybe next week or in a couple weeks. But do you ever have this lingering anxiety? Let me say that again. Lingering anxiety that something's going to go wrong. So, all right, is there something that you're worried about that's going to happen tomorrow? Something you're dreading in a week? Or very often there's something that's just nagging at you, right? And oftentimes it's a worry about what could happen. Yeah, you're thinking about what could go wrong. And I like to think of it as a dark shadow. So imagine you're inside your mind. There's this dark shadow of a beast on the wall. It's got fangs. And it roars and it says, "Little bunny, be scared. Be scared of this thing coming up," whatever it is. Pick something in your life that you're nervous about, that you're worried it's going to go wrong. And maybe you feel yourself shaking. It's causing you distress, causing you to not see all the good things that are going on in your life, because it's just such an all-encompassing shadow. A little bunny. Take a breath with me. Now in your mind, turn around and look at what's casting this shadow on the wall. It's just a little puppy dog. Puppy dog by a campfire. The puppy dog is casting a big shadow on the wall and it's saying, "Little bunny, watch out for this horrible thing that could go wrong." And if you forget that the puppy dog is there and you're looking at the shadow on the wall, you say, "Oh my God, I gotta be really worried about this thing that could go wrong." But it's really not. The puppy dog is there to protect you. It loves you. It wants to keep you safe just like I want to keep you safe, little bunny. And it goes, "Yap, yap, yap, yap. Watch out about that thing that's coming up." And the reason that puppy dog is there in your brain, casting the shadow, if you think back to human history, far before electricity and the doctors that can save the babies, far before the running water, the clean running water, the fire at the snap of your fingers, go way, way, way back, when your full-time job was avoiding being eaten and avoiding being killed by the other people who are trying not to get eaten. It's dark stuff, right? Human history is dark. And you know who survived to pass on their genes are the people who had the puppy dog in their head that cast the big shadow that says, hey, you gotta watch out for this problem, because if you mess up, we are in big trouble. Whether it's some genuine beast you have to fight with a spear that you kind of like whipped together, and then hopefully you can either run away from the beast, or maybe you can beat the beast and eat for a day, and then you gotta figure out how you're gonna survive the next day. Hard times, little bunny. Those were hard times. And now we live in a time that is way better. Oh my God, it's so much better than back then, little bunny. Don't get some rose-tinted glasses for those days. Go, if you want to reconnect with that side of things, go camping or something, okay? You don't want to go back in time to those days. No, you do not, little bunny. But on an evolutionary time scale, what do I mean by that? It means that we have the same bodies as those humans back then. Evolution takes a long time to happen. And civilization's only like 5,000 years old or so. Maybe 10,000 maybe. That's like nothing for evolutionary standards, or it's very little. So all the programming that helped us survive out in the wild way back when, we still have that here. And that's the negativity bias. You remember what ChatGPT told you? It's for evolutionary reasons. That's why we have the negativity bias. That's why no matter how good things are happening, it's always that little, we're always worried about something. You know? And there's a way out of it. Just to realize it's not a big, dark, shadowy beast in your mind. It's a puppy dog. Puppy dog was there to protect your ancestors, to make sure they survive, so that they can eventually create you. And now that you're here, little bunny, in what they would call an utter utopia, we live in an utter utopia compared to your ancestors. Yeah. You have that puppy dog that got you there. Yeah, you have that puppy dog to thank for humans making it through to where we are today. But now we just have to kneel down and pat the puppy dog on the head, right? You're not going to kick the puppy dog out of your brain. You just make friends with it. Say thank you, puppy dog. Thank you for telling me to worry about this unknown thing coming up tomorrow or next week or whatever. Say it's going to be fine. Because even though I've got you, little puppy dog, I've also got my daddy, Lindy. My daddy, Lindy, is here too. He's here to tell me the truth. That everything is going to be okay. All right, little bunny. Shall we call it there? How is that? I'm not quite done with my coffee yet. Still got a lot of coffee to go. You know, if this were an S-tier podcast, I would call it there and go to bed. But I'm having too much fun with you. I really like spending this time with you. So I'm going to sip some coffee. It's cold now, actually, I bet. Let's see. I got to do some better ASMR. Let me try that again. Is that better? I don't know. Still working on it. The coffee is cold now. But it doesn't mean it has to make me unhappy. Why must my happiness hinge on whether the coffee is hot? I'm having a good time with this coffee. It's kind of funny that it's cold. Sometimes when things go bad, it's just hilarious. Yeah. dog is like, damn, we live in a really nice room. It's a pretty nice apartment in the neighborhood of my choice, in the city of my choice, in the safest time to have ever been alive. I live in a temperature-controlled room. I played some incredible entertainment before this. I had a delicious meal that I didn't have to cook at all. The puppy dog's like, well, damn, I gotta find something to complain about, something to yap about. How about this cold coffee? And the puppy dog is going, yap, yap, yap. You gotta be unhappy because the coffee is cold. And I say, oh, you cute little puppy. You were really useful 50,000 years ago. You were so useful back then. But now, you're just gonna get a little love from me. Thank you for trying to keep me safe. I am going to enjoy this cold cup of coffee. All right, little bunny, I'll call it there. As always, I'm going to get to bed because it's very late right now. I won't tell you how late. You'll get mad at me. And then in just a moment, through garden magic, I'll reappear in just a few seconds, and I'll have written you a poem that is just for you. Okay? Talk to you soon. Good morning, little bunny. I'm lying, it's not morning anymore. I had some morning meetings, which turned out very well. Exciting stuff happening. But good early evening, little bunny. I wrote you a poem. It's great, and I'll send you on your way. Here's your poem that I wrote just for you today. Convincing you to worry is a game your brain will play. So just remember your brain is playing and that everything will be okay. Have a great, great week, little bunny. Have a good week. Appreciate what you've got in this age we live in. And don't let the shadow on the wall trick you. It's just a little puppy dog. Okay, enjoy your puppy dog this week. He's there to protect you. I love you. I love you. I love you.